The Honourable Member for Newmarket Aurora.
Madam Chair, the Minister prepared a spending plan, but he did not make the time to prepare a plan on how he was going to pay for it. Why is that?
The Honourable Minister.
Madam Chair, can I take the opportunity to welcome the member to this House, and I'll be happy to answer all her questions. But first of all, I think she deserves to be welcome in this House. We're delighted to have her with us tonight.
Member for Newmarket Aurora.
Many thanks for that, Madam Chair. I do request an answer, though. Why did the Minister make the time to prepare a spending plan, but not a plan on how he was going to pay for it?
The Honourable Minister.
Madam Chair, the colleague will be pleased to see in the main estimates for Finance Canada, 99% of the funds requested are for statutory program. Only 1% of it is for operation of Finance Canada.
Honourable Member for Newmarket Aurora.
For 60 years, governments have tabled budgets in the spring. Why can this minister do the same?
Honourable Minister.
Madam Chair, you would say since 1994, 5 budgets have been tabled after the fiscal year began, and a number of times it's been under Conservative government, Madam Speaker.
Member for Newmarket Aurora.
Does the minister not have the will to prepare a budget this spring?
The Honourable Minister.
Well, Madam Speaker, not only have the will, but I have the desire to present a great budget for Canadians that she can be proud and sell in her own jurisdiction and in her own writing.
Honourable Member.
He has the will. Does he not have the time then to prepare it?
The Honourable Minister.
Madam Speaker, I know she's anxious to present it to her constituent, but it's going to be a great budget. We're going to build Canada strong. We're the true north, strong and free.
Honourable Member.
If the budget will be so great, why is he afraid of tabling it this spring?
Honourable Minister.
Madam Speaker, I know that she's eager to present it to her constituents and really have her constituent look at this great budget, but she will have to wait just a little bit longer, but it's going to be great and she's going to be proud of that budget.
Honourable Member.
Madam Chair, there's an affordability crisis. People are going hungry and they're going to the food bank. The hunger in the affordability crisis is not going to wait till the fall. We need a budget this spring. Why is the minister forcing Canadians to wait?
Mr.
Madam Chair, we did not wait. That's why the first thing we did in this House, and the member voted in favor, was a Ways and Means motion to reduce taxes for 22 million Canadians. She should be proud. She can put that in her householder to inform all her constituents that she voted.
The Honourable Member.
The measure was going to reduce taxes by $800, but the cost of food is also going up by $800. It means 800 minus 800, 0. Canadians are not going to be better off. So will the minister please deliver a budget?
Minister.
Madam Speaker, you know, humility in politics is the best thing you can have. I don't want to correct the member, but in fact, the member should know that people in her riding can save up to $840 for a family with 2 incomes. This is great. This is a great news, and I'm sure she's going to put that in her householder.
Member.
So we're talking about a difference of $40, but I have another question. If single mothers can budget to feed their kids, why can this minister budget to run this country?
Honourable Minister.
Madam Speaker, I'm sure the member will appreciate that the first order of business was to reduce taxes for 22 million Canadians. There's a lot of people in her riding watching tonight, and they'll be happy to see that she voted to reduce their taxes and support a Liberal government.
Okay, we're talking about the respect of taxpayers' dollars. So I have a scenario, an example. Will the minister hand me $486,000 today if I give him a list of the investments I'm going to make, but I cannot tell him how I'm going to pay him until the fall?
The Honourable Minister.
Madam Chair, she should take comfort that the first measure passed by this government and this House was a tax cut for the middle class. I know this is good for her because she's going to be able to go in her riding, and she said she voted in favor of a great Liberal proposal, which is to reduce taxes for 22 million Canadians.
Honourable Member.
Looks like the answer is no. So why is he asking Canadians for a blank check for his spending?
The Honourable Minister.
Madam Speaker, again, you know, the members should be very happy because the first order of business was to reduce taxes for people. That's what Canadians care about. It's up to $840 for a family with 2 incomes. This is great news for people in the right.
A very, very brief question from the honourable member.
Does the minister actually think it's right to show the deficit after the money's spent?
Honourable Minister, very brief answer, 5 seconds.
Madam Speaker, the great thing which is responsible is to cut tax as quickly as possible for Canadians. They need a break and we're there for them.
L'honorable député.
The honourable member for Richmond Athabasca. Thank you, Madam Chair. Very pleased to be able to speak with my colleague from the government, Madam Chair. In 2014-2015, the former Minister for Finance of Quebec, today the member for Marc-Aurèle-Fortin, took 42 days to table a budget. My question is simple. Did the minister have a good discussion with his colleague to figure out how to table a budget in 42 days? The Honourable Minister. Madam Chair, I'd like to thank my colleague. Yes, I had a great dinner with him. We had a great discussion on budgetary measures, and that's how we'll continue, because I know that my colleague looks forward to seeing the budget. He just has to wait a little bit more, but he'll be so proud that he'll be able to talk about it in his writing. The Honourable Member. Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, can the Minister give us a date? Honourable Minister. Madam Chair, even better. I gave him a time frame when we will table the next government budget. I know he can't wait to talk about it to his constituents. It'll come in the fall and he'll be proud of a budget that will build Canada. I can see it in his little smile. He's looking forward to building Canada. The Honourable Member for Richmond Athabasca. Madam Chair, if the Minister is working so hard, he wants a balanced budget. The former Minister of Finance of Quebec, the member for Marc-Aurèle-Fortin, said budgetary balance is an obsession, it's an obligation. I asked a question earlier. I would like to hear what the Minister has to say about this. The Honourable Minister. Madam Chair, I see that there's a lot of wisdom in those words. So that's why my colleague saw that during the election campaign we said that we would balance the operational budget in the next 3 years. Madam Chair, it's a great news. He's still smiling, so he can't wait to talk about it with his constituents. The Honourable Member. Madam Chair, I would like the Minister to let us know why he's waiting for the fall. Is it because it's going to be a catastrophic budget with a terrible deficit, a historical deficit? Is that the real reason for which we're waiting until the fall? The Honourable Minister. Madam Speaker, this will be a budget that will make everyone proud. There's a lot of economic incertitude, and decisions have to be made before then. Madam Chair, I know that he can't wait to read this document. He'll have to wait a bit longer, but he'll be so proud. The Honourable Member for Richmond Athabasca. Madam Chair, if there's one certitude, is that I would be very surprised if I ended up being proud of the tabled budget. The fiscal year started in the beginning of April. 2 months later, nothing. 4 more months until a budget. Can you at least tell Canadians the government income and revenue since the 1st of April? The Honourable Minister. It's even more important to share with Canadians that they will have a tax reduction. 22 million Canadians will have tax relief. And the people in Richmond Athabasca, the people of Richmond Athabasca will see this, and they watch the news and they'll know that on the 1st of July they will be able to start seeing savings in their taxes. And that's important. The Honourable Member. Thank you, Madam Chair. With all due respect, I wasn't talking about the tax reduction. I was talking about government revenue since the 1st of April 2025. The Honourable Minister. There is data in the Fiscal Monitor, $495 billion. It's written online. The Honourable Member. Thank you, Madam Chair. What is the expected deficit for 2025-2026? The Honourable Minister. Madam Chair, once again, my colleague, well, he's got a lot of, he's been here for a while, and in the Fiscal Monitor, we see a deficit of $43.2 billion. The Honourable Member. Just a last short question. Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. The projected deficit for 25-26. The Honourable Minister. Madam Chair, I know he's anxious. He can't wait, but he'll have to wait a bit longer for that data when we will table a bill in the fall. But I'd like to say that he'll be proud for the people of Richmond Athabasca because it's a bold budget that will build a strong Canada. And I know he wants a strong Canada.